Mumbai, the commercial capital of India, floods every year. The city grew at the cost of vital green infrastructure which could have protected us against the floods. Thus, flood resilience in Mumbai investigates whether an alternative thought process could be evolved to use the rainwater and adapt to climate change. Rivers play an important role in flood resilience by both draining out the water and accommodating the sea at high tide, but development has rendered these rivers ineffective. Thus, Oshiwara River was chosen as a site for design. As the province grew, green was replaced by impermeable surfaces and the riverbank by retaining walls. Firstly, flood levels in different conditions were understood, based on which study extents were marked and vulnerable communities were studied. Zones were laid out and cumulative reasons for flooding were understood. The problems contributing to flooding each zone were studied in detail, based on which strategies and a master plan were designed. The master plan was designed such that the runoff generated could be controlled or managed. So, river strategies could be used to prevent overflow of the river, or land strategies could be used to absorb and store water. The most vulnerable building typologies are relocated and designed. The first study defined the most vulnerable building typologies along the river. These were designed for resilience and the rest were retrofitted to reduce runoff. The most vulnerable are informal settlements whose design will be resilient to floods as well as give more room to the river. Thus, in the design, ample open space has been formulated for water to be absorbed. The building is broken down and oriented such that it reduces heat gain. To allow even the built form to absorb water, the services are designed to absorb and store rainwater. The building is elevated, acting as an added layer of protection, creating stack effect, further cooling the building. The second most vulnerable were cowsheds, and they were designed to be amphibious, where pontoons were placed on the habitable space where the region floods and the cows naturally find higher ground. They can be used as a prototype for all industrial sheds along the river. Thus, Mumbai can become flood resilient by learning how to use the rainwater it receives and by giving blue green infrastructure the importance it deserves. Through this approach, we will be able to achieve flood resilience in Mumbai.